Welcome to Fishing for Bees, June 10th, warm, a little windy, but beautiful day. So we're up here doing a couple things, but there's some new people coming to this channel, so I just want to introduce myself. My name's Rick. I catch swarms all over Kent County, Michigan. The channel started out with me catching swarms. These are all swarms. These are no splits. This yard, the other yard, all the bees I've given away are all swarm catches standalone. I've never split. I really enjoy swarm catching, so if that's something that interests you, please like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Message me anytime. So a couple situations we're running into. We're having a little bit of an ant problem. I'll have a video coming out on my chosen method to eradicate ants, which is a self-made bait and poison solution, but I got lazy. So I have these Tupperware containers. I have holes in them that are big enough for an ant, small enough that a bee can't get in there, and I'm just going with a little bit of a commercial bait here that they're going to hopefully take back to their nest and eliminate them. We got a problem down there. It's causing a lot of stress for a colony. So I don't do a lot about ants, as long as they're not in the colony, but there becomes a point in time that you have to do something. So stay tuned for that video. So although I catch swarms, I don't like my own colonies to swarm. This colony swarmed early in the year. This was the swarm. This colony had a queen failure, and they got swarm cells from this one. They have since requeened themselves. This had a situation requeening. I believe that we were having problems mating queens properly in Michigan, with swarms happening a month and a half earlier than they normally would, with drone congregation areas not being established well. That's just my opinion. I'd love to hear from queen breeders or anybody who had early season swarms. So your colony swarmed, they left behind a virgin queen. How's that virgin queen doing in Michigan? I'm curious. So this one had some problems with the queen, and then it got another swarm cells, and it's since requeened itself. The swarming colony is a problem. I wanted to give them time. They have emerged queen cells in here. There's some really small bees in here. That's interesting. Well, that's an excellent brood frame, right? Another full frame of brood. Again, some really, really young larvae. Boy, she's really got this top box laid up well. All right, so that's super cool. We'll go on to the next one. This one, the last time we were up here, was given the second deep. This was a swarm catch that we caught, as I said before. So the reason why these were in here is because this one was queenless, supposedly. And she will lay in these cells before they're completely drawn out, giving you a chance to grab an egg. If it's not there, she can't lay in it until they build it out, right? So that's why these foundation frames were in here. So I just want to take a second here and talk about what I'm seeing. The nectar flow is over. These frames that I'm pulling out should be worked on, drawn out. There should be some type of activity on them, and there isn't at all. So that was a concern to me, and I'm going to fast forward to what I did in preparation for the dearth and in preparation for the robbing season, and then we'll get back to this one. But again, these frames had no activity, no work on them. They should have been having some type of drawing on them, and it's obvious to me that the spring flow is over. So I want to take a look at all these entrances. 5, 3, 0, 1, and 8. The ones on the end are taken care of. What do you see? You see good activity? You see okay activity? You see a problem activity at the door? This is not being defended. This is being defended. And these girls are nasty. This is being defended. You'll see in the video, depending on where I insert this, that we are not experiencing an abundant nectar flow right now. I'm not even thinking it's all that significant. So what's next? Dearth. What comes with dearth? Robbing season. This colony is super vulnerable. I carry a bunch of different size pieces of wood that slide in these entrances really easy. But I got multiple sizes to make the entrances smaller, much more defendable. If you followed my videos before, you know that I don't just use sticks to make the entrances smaller and much more defendable, especially during robin season. I like making not a direct path in. So they got 2 entrances now, much more defendable. This one right here is not terrible. And a lot of times I'll let them dictate which side I block off. If you saw, the activity was more to the left than the right. But there you go, right? There we go. We need to go further. There you go. I like to sometimes leave an angled path. So now this one's got 2 angled paths. It's coming. Dearth is coming. Robbing season is coming. The violence is coming. Robbing season can happen so fast. It can happen overnight. You can check your bees and everybody's getting along. All the neighbors are playing nice. You come back the next day and you will know which one is your weak colony, because they will be all over it. I'd rather have them run a little bit hot on the inside because I'm restricting the entrance than to come back and find out a colony absconded because the pressure was so bad from the robbing from the neighboring colonies and they were just too weak. Especially Zero. They've already dealt with ants. They're dealing with situations. They're not collecting that much honey. They're stressed. And you add robbing season to it and they very well could leave. You could come back and everything's being robbing season. These supers are coming off this weekend. This right here is an example of why I'm starting to keep swarm catches in 5-frame nukes and building them out to 10, 5 over 5, instead of this 10-frame and then trying to get a second box on them, trying to get them up to weight before winter. They have 12 frames. And it's June 10th. Now, I could be feeding them, but I'm in honey production, right? I don't bring sugar syrup to my yard when I'm in honey production. Good population of bees up here. I'll tell you what, if they don't have these drawn out, they might go back down to 10 frame, and they are. So completely different plan now. I should have never done this. I should have put a queen excluder on when they were running out of space and put a honey super on. I'm not feeding them. Not feeding any of my swarm catches this year. I should have known. Man, these colonies, these 3, gosh. They're driving me nuts. We'll go ahead and do a quick voiceover here. I need to remember that this had a virgin queen in here and it can take 2 to 3 weeks for her to start laying, so I'm being a bit impatient. I'm trying to find her. I did see her last time I was up here, but she's just not showing evidence of laying. I just need to show some more patience. I'm not going to bother putting it in this video, but I did check all the honey supers. All of them are empty. There's nothing going on. So as I said earlier in this video, it's going to be close to a dearth, or it's already happening, and robin season shortly to follow. So we're going to prep for our spring honey extraction. These are all free bees. I don't stress it. I don't give them too much help. I'll feed them. I'll give them 1, maybe 2 frames. You saw in our other yard, the nuke yard, I had to give a frame to the second catch out of this yard, which was a cast-off swarm of the one that currently is questionable. I don't know. Again, if you had early season swarms in the state of Michigan, I'd love to hear from you. And you can message me here. If you are in Michigan and you had an early season swarm, what is the condition of your mated queens? Thanks for watching. I hope your bees are well.